joined us for the workshop on lean startup and minimum viable product businesses. We are greatly honored to welcome the source person of today's workshop, Mr. Divya Pritwani, Incubation and Innovation Leader, Startup Community Volunteer, Head Start, Bangalore, Karnataka. Due to some unavoidable circumstances, our Vice Chancellor, Sir, Professor Dr. R.K. Gupta, is not joining us today, but they have sent their best wishes for the event. Further, we are pleased and sanctified to welcome Sri Suresh Gupta, Sir, Chancellor's nominee, Maharaja Agrasen University. We welcome you, Sir. We are blessed to welcome Professor Dr. Aparna Mahajan, Director MAID and President IIC MAID. Also, I am deeply grateful to welcome directors of different schools, faculty members, research scholars, and year students for the privilege of their company in this session. We all know that startup and entrepreneurship refers to the process of developing new business ventures or growing existing ones. Startup is a group of experiments to find a solution to a problem and create a sustainable and scalable business model around it. The primary goal of this is to find a business model with trials and errors. Lean startup is an approach to building new businesses based on the belief that entrepreneurs must investigate, experiment, test, and iterate as they develop products. We have also taken a leap forward in this direction by organizing today's workshop which would focus on principles of lean startups. To proceed further, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Aparna N. Mahajan, Director MAID and President IIC, MA, for the welcome address. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, Ritika. Good morning to all and a warm welcome again, Divya sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor sir, Chancellor's nominee, Dynamic Personality, Sri Suresh Gupta sir, today's guest, Divya Pritwani, who has been now online today, but he has visited our university last year in mentor-mentee program. So now he is at Karnataka Head Start company. Welcome, sir. All the directors, deans, and my teams and students. Today's event is last but two events in Q4 in IIC 5.0. We are ending this 5.0 by 31st August and successfully completed 5 years of IIC since 2018. Just an information to you, Divya sir. We have been good at startups now, and 7 startups have been enrolled under our Maharaja Incubation Center. And 2 startups were at Pragati Maidan at 11th May in National Technology Day and Akhil Bharatiya Shiksha Sammelan, which was inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister. So we are moving forward slowly but passionately in these startups and patent side. So thank you very much for coming again. I will welcome you. And as all of you know, the lean startup methodology is now a part of curriculum, education curriculum in engineering. So this session is mainly meant for it. So I will sum up my session here itself. Thank you so much. Over to you, Ritika.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, I would like to invite as Chancellor's nominee, Shri Suresh Gupta sir, under whose guidance and support we organize various events in our university to address the gathering. Sir, please.
महाराजा अग्रसेन यूनिवर्सिटी के वाइस चांसलर आदरणीय प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर आर के गुप्ता जी, हमारी आईआईसी की प्रेसिडेंट और हमारे इंजीनियरिंग विंग की डायरेक्टर अपर्णा महाजन जी, हमारे बाकी सारे कनेक्टेड विराट और ये हमारी जो अभी हमारी जो एंकरिंग कर रही है, ये हमारी, हम चुटकी बोलते हैं इसको, ये चुटकी भी हमारी बहुत अब बड़की हो गई है। और जितने भी और दूसरे दराज से कहीं से भी कनेक्टेड हमारे स्टूडेंट्स, हमारे बाकी और सारे गेस्ट, हमारे फैकल्टी के मेंबर, मैं दिव्या जी वहाँ कर्नाटका से कनेक्टेड है और हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी से पहले से ही कनेक्टेड है, जुड़े हुए हैं। आप सबके एफर्ट से, सबके योगदान से हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी का आईआईसी विंग जितना चाहिए उससे भी ज्यादा स्पीड से हम आगे बढ़ रहे हैं। और अपना महाजन जी और उनकी टीम दिन रात लगे रहते हैं, 12-12, 11-11 बजे भी रात को फोन करती है, कहीं कुछ को लगता है कि ये हमारी कमी है या इसको करना चाहिए। तो अपर्णा महाजन जी की लीडरशिप में, हमारे वाइस चांसलर प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर R.K. गुप्ता जी की लीडरशिप में, उनका ओवरऑल सुपरविजन है ही सब जगह। ऐसे डायनेमिक पर्सनालिटी और हमारे चांसलर साहब दिल्ली से मोटिवेट करते रहते हैं कि भाई बच्चों को आप आगे बढ़ाओ इनोवेशन में और बाकी सारी चीजों के अंदर। एकेडमिक लेवल पे हम चाहते हैं हमारे स्टूडेंट दुनिया में नाम रोशन करें, और कर भी रहे हैं। अभी ऑस्ट्रेलिया, कनाडा, US, UK सब जगह हमारे स्टूडेंट पास आउट होकर बहुत अच्छी अच्छी पोजिशंस पर पहुंचे हुए हैं। मेरा दिव्या जी से और हमारी अपनी पूरी टीम से ये रिक्वेस्ट है कि इसको आगे बढ़ाने के लिए कोई भी ऐसा कोई पॉइंट नहीं छोड़ना हमको जिसमें हमारे स्टूडेंट आगे बढ़ने का मौका हो और वो ना बढ़ पाए। थैंक यू। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
Thank you, sir, for your kind and motivational words. Moving forward, we have among us Mr. Divya Pitwani, an incubation and innovation leader with a rich experience of supporting startups and enabling startup ecosystem across Tier 2 cities for 7+ years. In the early part of career, his experience in starting a new venture and contribution in existing family businesses for 5+ years shaped up his fundamental business expertise. He has supported around 70+ startups that were incubated with IAMAI, Mobile, Tenix, Raipur, Atal Incubation Centers at Manipal University, Jaipur, and ISB Mohali. Having led the Atal Incubation Centers at Manipal University and ISB, he has created multiple initiatives for mentoring, market access, fundraising, and all-round business growth for startups. He is well equipped with skills to thrive in the modern day of business environment. So without taking much of your time, I would like to invite Mr. Pitwani to address the audience. Over to you, sir, please.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ritika ji, for the warm introduction. And thank you so much, Professor Dr. R.K. Gupta ji, the Vice Chancellor of the university. And thank you so much, Sri Suresh Gupta ji, for such humbling words and leading the university that the way you have been doing it and taking it to new heights every year. And thank you so much for that. Thank you for so much for giving me that opportunity to share my experience with the young generation and motivate them to start up their own ventures. And thank you so much, Dr. Panna Mahajanji. The association we have with you has been very cordial, and it's going on for a. It now seems to be a long-term association. Uh, Thank you so much for again inviting me to share these experiences. So. Uh, Good morning, everyone. Here I am to share my experiences or learnings or exposure around the lean startup and, uh, in fact, overall entrepreneurship as a whole. And I would like to share uh, my presentation. Just a second. Can you see my screen? If anyone can.
Yes, 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 it is visible.
Okay. Thank you. So here I would want to start with because all of you are students at the university, and so how I would like to start is that while being a university student, while being a student there, you can start working towards building your own company. And how does entrepreneurship happen these days? In fact, for thousands of years, hundreds of years, anything that has new that has happened in this world, it's because of entrepreneurs. If we see 50 years back, uh, when or 100 years back, when trains came about, it was one entrepreneur who did that. When flights came, it was one innovator who thought that people could actually fly rather than going by train or by road or by sea or by ship. uh, they thought that people could actually fly, and they started building a aeroplane. It took a lot of time uh, to build the first aeroplane and then make it at a commercial level. But it was that innovator, that one innovator, one entrepreneur who uh, thought that and created that. So similarly, anything new that has happened, be it the smartphones that we use, the clothes that we wear, the uh, anything that we use in this modern day world, uh, has been at one point of time has been created by an entrepreneur. One innovator has come forward and created that. So uh, that's why we connect entrepreneurship with innovation, wherein innovation means uh, coming up with something new and providing that new thing to the world. That is innovation. And there are two major ingredients for innovation. One is management and technology. So these are the two key ingredients. But there is one ingredient which we always forget. Even I, when I was a student 12, 13 years back, uh, this was one ingredient which we used to, we always remembered management, technology, and many other things. But there is one ingredient which we already always miss, and that is failure. So no innovation in this world has happened without failures. In the past hundreds of years, uh, when we talk about innovative products or innovative services for the world, there hasn't been a single innovation without any failure. So failure is a key ingredient in the process of innovation. And why do I say so? Because uh, we always run after success, that only when we achieve success we are doing something. If we are failing, we are not doing anything. But that is a myth, because when you actually fail, that means you have done a lot. And now it's time to learn from that failure and try that thing again. So that's why failure helps you learn a lot. And in this entire process of innovation, if there is one thing that the entrepreneur takes away from this entire process, is that learning, because that learning cannot come without failing. So I would like to share in 2022, because there is one statement which has stuck to me, to my heart, for a long, long time since I was a student. That is changing the world through entrepreneurship. And when we change, uh, as I mentioned, that whenever the world has changed, it has been because of the entrepreneurs, because of the innovators. So in 2022, there was this stat which I read, that in 2022, 74 billion transactions were recorded through UPI in India. So UPI means Paytm, PhonePe, Google Pay, and Bheem, and various and couple of other apps which we use to make online payments. And this has actually changed the entire world for all of us, wherein we can pay money to anyone sitting anywhere in this world. The total value of this entire transactions being 126 trillion rupees. And I mean, this is crazy amount of transactions that has happened through UPI in India in 2022. Now, what if we remove, if what if the founders of Paytm and the head of Google Pay and the founder of Phone Pay, they decide one day that we're going to shut down. People are not respecting us. People are not paying respects for us. We are going to shut down these products, these solutions. What will happen in 2024 then? Will these transactions be able to happen? No. So my point is that government may have created the UPI policy, the fintech policy, the digital India policy. Government of India may have created that, but without Paytm, Google Pay, and Phone Pay, will we ever be able to use that policy? Will we ever be able to use that system? No. So it is only these entrepreneurs who come forward and give it all their heart to create such solutions for the world, for the betterment of the world. And that's how entrepreneurs become the soul of the entire thing. Maybe the government has created the skeleton with the policies, etc. Uh, and the investors have put in a lot of capital that gives the flesh. But even after the skeleton and flesh, just imagine that how does a human being live without a soul? Uh, if the soul is taken out, only the skeleton and flesh is there. There is the human is dead. Same way, the entire system can fall apart and it can shut down if you remove entrepreneurs from the system. What if Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google, because these are all these products we use day in, day out, every hour, every moment we think of at least one of these products, one of these apps, one of these solutions we think of. So just imagine if these weren't there in this world, how would our world be? The world would look like a mix of skeleton and flesh without any soul. So now I would like to share how you can, as a student, use the institute or the university that you have as a living lab. Because when it comes to lean startup, the basic definition of lean startup is why the word lean has come. Just imagine the difference between uh, uh, I mean, a difference between a very healthy guy and a lean guy. The lean guy can move around very fast, quickly. He can go anywhere. He can cross any river very fast. And a little healthy guy, though he may be fit, uh, but he may take a little more time to do that. Same way, uh, the big companies in India have become like the healthy guys. They have a lot of flesh, bones. They have a lot of things. So they've become heavier, though they have grown big, but they've become heavier also. And similar, moving them, for them, moving mobility becomes very difficult. So if they want to do something new, if they want to try something new, it gets very difficult. And that's where the lean startup comes in, where uh, where the entire skeleton or the flesh is very lean, and using very minimum resources, we are able to generate maximum or optimum output. And when that happens, the efficiency of the system is very high. So whenever these companies have started, be it Google, Amazon, they all of them started very very lean. They kept their costs low. They kept their resources to the lowest possible levels, and they started building the solution. All these companies, and only with time when they grew, they started expanding a bit. Uh, but even now, at the core, at the heart, uh, the entrepreneurs themselves, the founders themselves, have kept themselves very frugal, and they are focused on building new solutions, new technology for the world. Like for example, Google. Uh, why have they created a new company, new umbrella company called Alphabet? And Google is one of the parts of Alphabet, one of the verticals of Alphabet. Uh, the founders of Google have now become founders of Alphabet, and they are focused on creating new technology, new solution, while the company is being run by a CEO who happens to be an Indian. Uh, so again, because they want to be lean, they don't want to be part of that big bulky system, which now Google has become. They want to be lean, and they want to operate as lean startup themselves. So right now, you being at the college, you being at the university, uh, the best way that you could utilize the time and the resources that you have is by these aspects. One is the hostel room. I mean, I would want to ask you that which are the five top places that you regularly visit or regularly use at the campus. And when someone asks me that which are the five places that I've used and I visited when I was a student, were these five places. Uh, Hostel room, that becomes my office. The classroom, because in hostel room, uh, anyone, my friends who are potentially colleagues, or anyone else who wants to meet me in the evening time when I'm working on my startup, uh, that hostel room sort of becomes my office, where I am continuously thinking, building, and solving the problems, and speaking to my roommate and the other friends who may potentially either become my customers or my colleagues or my advisors or my investors. Then a lot of times we think that was whatever we are being taught at classrooms, uh, it's of hardly any use. And what's the use of attending classes when we don't want to I mean, when it's of hardly any practical use in the world. But I have a contrarian opinion. I would say that whatever terms or terminologies that we learn at the classroom level, uh, those are all used when you actually go out in the world to pitch your product, to pitch your solution, to pitch your startup, or to sell your products. Even if you're not an entrepreneur, you're working in a company, to in your job interviews, all these concepts, all these words that we learn in classroom, everything helps. Because a lot of these terms which I am sharing with you, I've learned it back in my classroom days. And uh, that time I thought, how will it help me? How will it, uh, I mean, help me in my career? I did not know that time. But still, lot of those terms, lot of those words are in my memory, which keep getting used at regular intervals. So uh, classroom is for to gain all these concepts which actually help me articulate my thoughts better. Otherwise my thoughts are very randomly scattered around in my mind, uh, and the concepts from my classroom help me put the thoughts together and articulate it better in front of customers, employees, stakeholders, or anyone else who is associated with my startup. Then the canteen. The canteen happens to be one of the favorite places for all of us uh, within the campus. But for an entrepreneur, or a person who is or a student who's running a startup, the canteen becomes a place where he connects deeper with so many different people, with so many new people, and he can connect with uh, every single uh, individual and connect with potential customers, potential investors. I remember one of my friends who started his company as a student 12 years back. Uh, he got his first investor, first 1 lakh rupees of fundraise at the canteen, because he used to meet a senior every day uh, at the canteen. And after around 1 month, uh, they used to interact every day, have tea together every day. And after around 1 month, the senior decided to invest that 1 lakh in his company. That 1 lakh became his angel. That person became an angel investor for him. And with that 1 lakh, he could go ahead and create his website and hire an intern and other such and bring together other such resources which helped him create that start that company. So canteen becomes a place where you build long-term connections. So amphitheater or the common area or the auditorium, which we call, uh, that becomes a place where you create awareness about your product solution. Whenever there's an event happening, any cultural event or any educational event happening at the auditorium or the amphitheater, uh, the people go there, and there are so many people attending it. So the entrepreneur would go out there, take the mic, and share about what he's building, because you never know at that large gathering of students who may be interested in your product or service. Few people may buy your product or service, few people may want to invest, few people may advise, give an advice to you which will become very helpful for you. And uh, library, a lot of times we think, boss, why do I go to the library? uh, there is no point going there, uh, and I don't want to read books, or I don't want to just sit quietly there. How library helped me was, whenever there was a thought which stuck to me uh, while trying new products or solutions uh, for my startup, uh, the library was actually uh, a place where I could get deeper into the concepts. For example, there was one occasion I couldn't figure out the exact cost of my product. Uh, I went to the library and took a book which was on cost management, and got deeper into that concept of cost management. And right after spending 3 hours at the library, I could figure out the cost of my product. And uh, uh, that's how library helped me, and that's how library helped my other friends who wanted to start up, who were trying to start up their own companies. So this is how the uh, I mean 5 different places of the uh, university campus can actually help you as a living lab for all of you. Now I would like to share something. Uh, One of my friends' journey as a lean startup. So this is around 6 years back in 2017, in a small city of India, in central India. So that guy was a student at uh, NIT at that city, and he was a second year student studying computer science. And they used to learn coding, they used to learn software development and other such languages. And he sort of found some interest in that domain. And as a part time or as a uh, uh, weekend hobby, he used to build some small apps, mobile apps for himself, whichever product he thought that he wants to build. He used to build those in a month's time, 2 months' time. Uh, and then suddenly he thought that he wanted more pocket money. The pocket money he used to get from his parents, he thought he may want more of that, so that he can enjoy a bit more. And then suddenly uh, he saw movie by Steve Jobs, and he got inspired. And what he did was, uh, uh, at the next industry orientation meeting that happened in his campus, there was two people from the industry who came to share experiences, to share their learnings uh, as entrepreneurs, though they were traditional entrepreneurs. So he met one of them after that meeting. He met one of them, and he told him uh, that